Auntie just thinks I'm a robot. That's why she thinks she just thinks... I don't like that number. If I call again, then give me a different one. See, I was thinking of my mom, something that gives her a lot of pleasure is, you know, but you have to have a lot of magazines available to do that. You don't have much ads if you just have like 1 or 2 magazines, but you have 100 magazines, then you have endless pleasure, endless cutting up of magazines. But of course I'm going to be condemned for that, just like I'm condemned for wanting to keep my mom healthy and have her drink enough fluids, which, you know, like I said, I'm just not going to make sure my mom drinks enough fluids. She's going to let her have her and just do what she wants, and that's it, and, you know, whatever. I don't have a mom anymore anyway, so it's done, it's over with. I know how hard I was trying to help her, and I'm not the only one who knows that. Meanwhile, Auntie was sitting back and doing absolutely nothing, didn't even want to be the healthcare proxy anymore, didn't even want to be the alternate, wasn't even involved. Like I said, she saw my mom once in the entire time when, you know, but I also held the hospitals extremely responsible for discharging my mom too soon, and Auntie knows damn well that happened that last time when 2 days later my mom had to be sectioned again. She came home in the worst condition I'd ever seen her come home from in a hospital, if you want to know the truth. And that they have impunity. That doctor doesn't get in trouble for doing that. They go in their merry way. I left a scathing message for the social worker, you know. I'm like, see, you sent my mom home. I was telling you why I asked you why you sent her. I didn't think she was doing good, and you sent her home in this horrible condition. And 2 days later, here I called from the regular hospital. We've had to section her again. You know, I was furious. They don't care. Then the next hospital did the same damn thing, even though Auntie said, if that's the best you can do for my sister, transfer her elsewhere. But then when I was upset, and Auntie's like, you know, there's nothing that I can do about it, Laura. She belongs in a nursing home. It's out of my hands, out of my hair. I'm not the healthcare proxy anymore. You handle it. You handle it. And then this is the end result. I can't even, Auntie's taking complete control and can't even have mercy on me and treat me like she would have to treat one of her tenants, because she owns apartment buildings. She's not even legally bound to treat me the same as she would have to be legally bound to treat them, because I'm just shit in this life. That's all. Nothing to say. I'm shit in this life. She can't understand that I don't want to be here. That all it does is remind me of everything, and that I don't have a mother anymore, and etc., and all of this that happened, and I think it's to smear my name, and I was trying so hard, and it was all about it to shit, and etc., etc. And she sits there and says, you'll be here forever, like it's up to me. You'll never leave here. You could start the eviction process on me right now, Auntie. Don't tell me I'll never leave there. Who are you kidding? You can start the eviction process on me right now. Just because you say you won't ever evict me in Omar. I don't want to be here. You don't understand. I would be in the shelter right now and saving up my little $1,000 to get out of state if I didn't have Omar. And you charging me for the stupid winter heat and electricity or whatnot. I don't even know what the fucking heat's going to be, like I said. I'm going to force her to turn it off, and then I will have to turn it back on in my name, you know what I mean? But I won't make it easy for her, because I don't have any other, what choice do I have, you know? But the reason that I don't want to pay it is because I can get out of here sooner. But see, she hates my guts, so she doesn't get it. That's why she just said, no, you're the one that belongs in the hospital. You're sicker than your mom, she said before. She's probably going to be telling people, I'm not noticing anything wrong with my sister. It's all her daughter. She made it all up. Yeah. I made up how I would get up every single day for days in a row and have to say to my mom, you went back to bed and left the door wide open when you took Angel out, Mom. Yep, I made it all up. I just want my mom to be sick, so she needs me there. I made it all up. She can live alone fine. After all, Auntie doesn't care. Auntie's going to let her cook. It's all my fault. I made up that she was changing in the bathroom at Target that, a few months ago, and insisting that someone told her that it was a dressing room. Tell me that's not a sign of dementia. She knows damn well that the bathroom is not a dressing room, and she was changing in like you would a dressing room. She wasn't in a stall. She was out, and her purse was everywhere, and money and keys on the floor, and she's standing there in a Target dress with the tag hanging out, and I'm like, oh my God. That's signs of dementia, people. Do you think I want to see that in my mom? Do you think I make this all up so I can say my mom's sick and she needs me to be there? I mean, God damn it. I'm not made to make any of it up, and that is not normal mental illness. She's never done. That's like dementia, something or other. Not full blown, but I'm sure that's showing like the beginning signs. She knows throughout her whole life you don't change that a bathroom is not a dressing room, right? I mean, she was in the middle of a breakdown and wanting those rabbits and wanting to get all kinds of farm animals and all this crap, but still, that's not the same thing, changing in a bathroom, insisting that someone told her that it was the dressing room, but you know it's not a dressing room, it's a bathroom. People are flushing the toilet and pooping and peeping and, Of course she's going to cling to Auntie because Auntie's not going to know now. You have to live with her to know. And she tries to hide it, and she hates for anyone to know, but you're not going to know when you're not living with her. Only someone who lives with her knows. And that's why she didn't want me around to notice anything, If I'm not around, then I can't see that she's gone back to bed to sleep and left the front door wide open. Even when I put up a sign, keep door closed and locked at all times, it was like the sign wasn't there. A lot of times she would close the door, but she never, ever, ever remembered to lock it, even with the sign right at eye level. I don't know why. You tell me why. I don't know. I just know that all these things concern me enough that I sure as fuck was not going to let her walk Omar by herself, and even neighbors had witnessed her not walking Angel correctly, but I can't stop her from walking Angel. Just like when she took Angel out without a leash, I did get upset with her about that because she wasn't here. She's like, oh, she just walked beside me, no big deal. And Auntie would probably twist that all around. Oh, so what? So what? She took her dog out. You make a big deal out of everything, Laura. Yeah, you're crazier than you make me out to be, Auntie. If you don't understand, her dog's not trained, and just because that one time she walked beside her doesn't mean she'll do it every time. I've seen her run away from her before when the leash slipped out of my mom's hands because I was smart enough to tell my mom when I moved in, you got to hold the leash just tightly, Mama, on Angel or Omar. I'm surprised my dog wasn't even dead before because she was walking both dogs at once and she really couldn't handle them because I witnessed it when I moved in here November 12th. And for those 6 months she was walking both dogs at once every day. I'm surprised the dog was even alive actually once like 6.5 months later when I got out of the shelter because she could not handle walking both those dogs. I can barely handle it, because I've tried it before and it's not fun, and she was doing it every day and for some reason she was able to do it. But when I came here, I did witness stuff, and I would tell her, and I'm doing it out of concern, protect her, protect the dogs. Don't walk in the street, be careful, and definitely you don't ever take either dog out without a leash. But no, I'm making it all up. My mom's fine. Auntie's unconcerned, so I must be just crazy and making it all up. Auntie's going to let her cook on her own. And it's Auntie's apartment downstairs from Auntie's home. So I made it all up, people. Nothing wrong with my mom whatsoever. I made it all up. Made it all up. No, I made it all up. Like my mom always says, there's nothing wrong with me. Now she's got her sister backing her up on that. So her sister, she says I belong in a mental hospital.